Hello everyone, Paul here with Landis. Today I'm going to give you a little overview of a new update that we just pushed out for Landis Contact Center. This update went out here on the 4th of February, and just going to go through and look at a few of the items that are included within this update. This is not a complete list. There's a link down below that takes you to the full release notes for this most recent update. You can also see previous updates, and you can even subscribe to notifications for future updates. If you're a user or a contact center admin, you can subscribe to that notification so you get notified when a new update is pushed out. Okay, so for today, we're going to take a look at, first of all, scheduled email scheduled reporting. This is a pretty exciting feature. It's one that was heavily requested, and we're excited to be able to bring this to the contact center. So let's take a look at what that feature looks like within Landis. So I go to the configuration page here and hit the drop down, and you'll see two new items here, schedules and scheduled reports. The schedules item here is going to allow us to set the schedule that we want the report to be sent on, or the frequency. So in this case, we give it a name, we select the time zone, and this is the timing around when we want to see this report in our inbox. So in this case here, this report is sending every Monday morning at 7:30 a.m. And of course, you can change that to daily, hourly, monthly to meet your needs there. We can then see on the scheduled reports area, this is where we control the content of what is sent on that schedule that we have created. So in this case, I'm creating an agent summary that is going to send every Monday morning, as we did previously at 7:30 for the previous week, so the last 7 days. I'm going to have it send the agent summary report. Initially, there's 3 reports, IVR, queue, and agent summary pages. So there will be more reports added as we go along, but those are the 3 reports that are available as the feature has launched here. We can, of course, select then the schedule that we have created, indicating the timing of this report. We can run it as a certain individual. This allows us to select a agent, or rather a user in the contact center that we want to run this report as. This is important to make sure that, let's say you're setting up a report to be sent to one of your managers. If you run it as that manager, it will then apply the data access policies that that manager has. So in other words, if he's getting the agent summary page, it will be specifically the agents in which he is authorized to see reporting on and that are a part of that manager's team. So running it as the appropriate person makes sure that the content is as you would expect it. Of course, we can modify the email subject and body. We can select recipients. As of right now, this is the recipient does need to be a contact center user, but you can add multiple recipients to send it out to a group of users if you wanted to. And then more specific filters around filtering down that report to a more dedicated list of users or groups or agents if we wanted to do that. Our team has spent a lot of time building this feature and making sure that it's very user friendly. And I think you can see that it's very self explanatory. It just takes you a few seconds to go in and build a new report and have it automatically show up in your inbox whenever you would like it. Okay. A few other things that I'll call out. Web chat has seen some upgrades, and some of these are a little bit more difficult to show, so I'm just going to go through and hit on a few items here. But the web chat upgrades include web chats, of course, showing up on reporting, and also rich feature support that allows the agent to use emojicons, emojis, and screenshots as they communicate back and forth with a web chat client or our customer. A few upgrades to the wallboards. I'll just show that real briefly here. We'll go to the wallboard area, and you can see a couple of new columns that are now visible. One is the agents available is now a dedicated column on the wallboard, so we can see at a glance how many agents are available within that queue. And then the other is callback or requested callbacks. This allows us to see outstanding callbacks or callbacks that have yet to be completed by agents show up on the report. So once again, at a glance, you can see if there are calls that need to be called back. One more thing here on the wallboards. This isn't necessarily new with this update, but just to call it out, you can also then set the thresholds for any of these cell blocks. For example, if total number of callers in queue exceeds 20, we can have that cell block turn red. or if the requested callback count is above 5, that cell block could turn a certain color. So very customizable wall board that you can have the icon or the columns that you want to see, the cues that are necessary, and make the wall board specific to the team that's viewing it. All right. Another thing that we want to take a look at is the agent status report. This is some improvements to an existing report that we have here, where we can now get more granular with the access to this report. So, for example, the New York contact center manager, when they would visit this page, they would only be able to see the agents in which are part of their team. So they're not able to see all the agents at the Chicago office and other locations that they are not responsible for. So a little bit more roles-based access that applies to this page. There's also some additional filters that we added here, so you can filter down by organization unit and view a certain team of people. This really is helpful for larger contact centers. When you have several hundred agents, it just makes it easy to find the person you're looking for, whether it's by name or by group or by data access, and be able to manage their status. All right, some improvements to outbound calling for the agent, just improving their experience a little bit. When they place an outbound call, while the system is connecting to that caller, there's now the ability to add a file that can play, whether that's an audible ringing tone, or a message that prompts the agent to please wait while a call is being connected. It just gives them a little bit of a better experience than just hearing dead air while the system connects to that outbound caller. So you can test that, should make that experience a little bit better. Just one other thing that I wanted to note, there's some admin upgrades, notably in the IVR blocks and organization units. For organization units, this allows objects, deleted or orphaned objects, to be automatically moved to a certain folder. Makes it easier to find them later, and kind of gets them out of the way. So it makes it easier to manage the rest of your organization units. And then IVR block improvements that make sure that right information is being passed through to the next block and through to the reporting. So if you haven't looked at the Landis IVR recently, by all means, take a look. You can reach out to us if you wanted to get a demo of what all can be done. So much functionality packed into the Landis IVR. In just about every update, we continue to add more features and more user-friendly tools for admins to set up and manage the IVR. So again, lots of capabilities, things like automation, call processing, intelligent voice bots, IVR, or rather AI bots that can have natural language conversation, data capturing and passing through the reports. The functionality there is endless, so we'd be happy to show you that if you're not familiar with that. All right, that's where we're going to leave it for today. Again, this, like I mentioned, this is not a complete list. There is a link down below where you can go to the full release notes and see all the details. There was a few more items. There's some bug fixes that were pushed out along with this update. So let us know what you think. If you have any questions, or if you wanted to have any guidance on how these features can be set up or managed in your environment, feel free to reach out to us. We'd be happy to support.